Go.
Hello.
Hey, Matica. Welcome to the stream. Hello to Charlie. I was reading your name like I don't know who you are.
Who is that person? I don't know.
Adesua. Oh, my own voice.
Hello.
XC13, refrigerated cartoons. Hello, hello, and welcome. This is our last normal stream ever.
The rest are gonna get real surreal.
Well, yeah, because our next stream is a 24-hour stream, and I don't plan on living through it. So
I plan to lose my mind.
Tuesday, 9:30 p.m. Wait, a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Also
Yes,
Saturday, not Tuesday.
Oh, so today's a Tuesday. Manica, you're allowed to sit up there. She's
Manica, go.
go. Yes, yes, you're allowed.
Go.
Yes, you're allowed.
Manica, you can. Oh,
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go.
Yeah, go.
no, jump.
Go. You can do it. Yeah. That's yours. Yeah, you sit on that pillow. Yeah, so Saturday. Saturday is going to be our 24-hour stream where we make 24 pages of comics within 24 hours, and then I promptly die.
For real.
Yes. I'm going to finish my stream, and then I'm going to self-combust.
I'm gonna. I will turn into a skeleton. This will be me.
Sorry. Sorry, my uncle posted a little like DM conversation. Seems fake but cute. It says, "Can you come out?" And it's from mom, and they reply, "Yeah, give me a moment, minute, mom. I'm gay." And they say, mom says, "I know that's silly. Come out to the car." And the reply is, "Car, I'm gay."
Oh my god.
Totally fake, totally beautiful.
Love it though.
I'd spike for Matica couch pog. Like,
What does that mean?
wait, like spike for.
Oh.
I don't know what's going on. Okay, so today me and Charlie had a great day because we're best friends.
Oh my god, I thought you were my best friend.
No, you don't hang out with me ever. me and Charlie were watching Hoarders again for the second day in a row. We ruined a conversation in the middle of like a hangout with like multiple people. We were like, let's watch Hoarders, and everyone left.
Oh,
So yeah, me and Charlie watched Hoarders yesterday, and we watched it today. And yeah, it's given me life. We know all of the characters. Hoarders is so good. Yeah, it's really good. We're having a great time.
Good, I'm glad.
Yeah, you're just jealous.
I'm so jealous. I wish I could just sit and watch Hoarders with you.
Yeah, well, you need a debilitating mental illness, and then you don't have to do work, but you feel bad about it all the time.
Right now I do work and feel bad about it all the time.
Yeah, exactly. I sit down to work and I just can't. So
Listen, I'm trying your best.
yeah, all the Hoarders have such good pets.
You have good pets?
Yeah, there was one that had 3 dogs. Like, she wasn't hoarding dogs. The dogs are very well taken care of.
Oh, that's good.
And they were so cute. They were like little Fado dogs. What?
YouTube changed its title font and I don't like it.
Oh yeah, YouTube changed
Actually,
the title font.
I really like the font. I just don't like change.
Yeah.
I'm like, why isn't the rest of it changed? Why aren't the rest of the headings changed? Hello, YouTube.
Yeah.
Why isn't the rest of the text changed?
I don't know. Maybe they don't need all of it to change. Ursula doesn't want to hear
I
about
want
me and
it.
Charlie being best friends. She's just like, I'm going to talk about the YouTube text.
No, I'm just staring at it because our music is playing in front of me and I was like, oh, they changed it.
ADHD much.
Shush. I'm not allowed to have it until I get a diagnosis. That'll make it go away, right? I don't want it.
Just go.
I don't want it.
Oh my god. Just go to the same guy I'm going to and get diagnosed because you're driving me crazy with your undiagnosed ADHD. What? I can't be your executive functioning forever.
Yes, you can.
No, I can't. Because I don't even have my own. Quit your job and watch Hoarders with us? Exactly.
100%.
There was one guy who they bought a second house their plan was to move out into the new house and sell the old one and start a new start. Instead, they just filled it with Horde 2. And then they got 2 mortgages out on both houses, and then they used their retirement fund.
Oh.
Yeah, and it was so painful to watch.
Oh.
Yeah.
That sucks.
So
My God, Nightbot, chill.
You wouldn't have a great time with us because I don't think you'd like watching Hoarders.
I don't know. I don't know how I'd feel about it.
You'd feel stressed because me and Charlie are like the good old days living at grandma's house. Whereas you might be like, oh no, my childhood in the Horde. Yeah.
Trauma.
What's a few dead cats between friends?
Lots. Man, okay. I titled this video, "What got you into making webcomics?" or what made you want to start a webcomic?
Oh, she's okay.
I'm pivoting.
Fine. Fine, whatever. Go have fun. I'll just leave the stream. You don't need me.
Okay, fine. We'll talk about Hoarders.
I was gonna say that I wanted to watch Hoarders now.
Yeah.
But it sounds so sad now. It's so sad, but there's also like really good ones. There was like the one guy who he had like a little apartment and he was gonna get evicted and he cleaned it all out and he's writing his book now and he's not gonna get evicted and we were so proud of him, me and Charlie. And his super bubbly therapist lady. Because the therapists have names, but me and Charles don't remember them. And by me and Charles, I mean Charles was trying, and I'm continuing to use nicknames. Because there's Bubbles, Dimples, and Sad Eyes.
Oh, Sad Eyes.
I'll show you. Wait. He's still in it. He's just got the saddest eyes. I need to find the picture, and I'll send it to you. Oh, it's not a good picture of him.
I'm just picturing like those like floppy dogs.
Dr. Robert.
Those hounds that are super floppy. Psychic Bubbles, Sad Eyes, Dimples, and Accountant.
Oh yeah, Accountant. Well, what about Cop?
Cop?
Cop guy.
Are these all therapists?
Yeah, well, they're therapists and professional organizers.
Oh, I see. Your mom should become a professional organizer.
Hoarders Fandom Wiki.
Oh my god.
Oh my god,
I
that's
certified
amazing.
nobody.
I wanna where are all the psychologists? I need to know them. Sad Eyes
is a psychologist.
Yeah. What episodes was he in? I gotta find him. He was like... Oh, okay. There's a whole list of them. The psychologists. He's just got the saddest eyes. Okay, here we go. His name is Dr. Tolan, I think. Here's Sad Eyes.
Hold on. Let's see Sad Eyes.
Don't forget The Exorcist.
The Exorcist?
Yeah. She just got Exorcist energy.
Oh, he does have sad eyes.
He's got the saddest eyes.
Oh. Let me get this open. He's just got sad eyes.
Isn't he just got the saddest eyes?
He just... Or...
Psychic is the Exorcist. She's Lorraine Warren.
Wait, what? Wait, actually Lorraine Warren? What? Oh, she's like a Lorraine Warren. I was like,
oh.
Oh. Excuse me? Why is Lorraine Warren on Hoarders?
channel is the main reason I decided to work on comic. I'm totally lost, but that's okay. Sorry, we're just talking about hoarders.
Yeah.
Because that's what I mean. Okay, Ursula, you can answer comic questions. Because I'm not the reason why people are here. Okay, people are here for me to
They
like
love you.
answer things, but all my questions need to revolve around hoarders because it's my current hyperfixation.
Frame all of your writing questions into hoarders.
Yes,
That'll be a fun experiment.
that's your challenge.
Um. Okay. So yeah, what got you guys into making webcomics? I'm curious. Because for me, I was a weeb and I read manga. I also read a bunch of webcomics as a middle schooler. So I wanted to make them. I'm trying to think of the OG webcomics I used to read, but most of them I do not remember the titles of. I just remember what they look like. I only want to talk about hoarders. Oh dear. You wanted to create something big, or you were bored?
Listen, Charles, it's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine. I was like contemplating like buying more seasons to watch. Because they only have seasons 1 and 2 for Canadians, but Charlie has 5 seasons.
What the heck?
Right?
So unfair.
We need to fly Charlie over here and... Wait, I need to fly to the UK. I made
Wait.
comics because it's easier than animating. A lot of people do that.
A lot of people do. Comics is also hard. So it's not an easy ride, no matter which way you go.
Comics is slightly less time consuming and
Yeah.
labor intensive. Laser intensive. I've tried multiple times to make stream clips, but I am struggling. I need like an editor. I need to like delegate everything.
Yeah.
How do people
You
like
can be the talent.
how do people like have mental illness and like do things?
Medication.
Oh damn.
What?
Hoarders Buried Alive has much longer seasons.
Hoarders Buried Alive.
Hoarding Buried Alive. Okay, because there's hoarders and oh, okay. Then the next season, season 2, has like double the episodes.
Oh, okay.
Okay, yeah. The later seasons have 15 episodes, but the first season had 7.
Oh, okay.
So at least that'll take us a bit longer, Charlie.
I feel like if you want to make
Okay, wait, Natalia. I feel like your next comic is going to be all about hoarders. That's my current comic.
Magpie is all about hoarders. Like, have you seen the
The Magpie is kind
the
of
Avery's house?
yeah. The Magpie is literally based on like a hoarder house, like I used to go to. Like,
What's your favorite episode of Hoarders?
might just do a Magpie hoarders for my 24-hour comic. Exactly. It's gonna be Magpie, but it's on hoarders, and Sad Eyes can show up and try and like help help the Avery household. It'll be Finch and Chris.
I find that too amazing.
we kept talking about that while we were watching. America gets 12 seasons of hoarders, and it's not fair, right? Like, I figured out where I can get them. I can get them on iTunes, but I have to pay for the seasons. It's like $1 episode. That's really gay.
Super gay.
That's gay, and it hurts my wallet.
Ugh.
I'm glad you guys are streaming right now. I just came from the comic section that has made me feel pretty awful for liking animated content as an adult. I'm only 20.
You can enjoy animated content as an adult.
Yeah. How else will I make my money? Said animators, not me. Thinking about the playhouse. That poor kid. There's like one of the first episodes. I think it was the first episode of Hoarders. There's like a playhouse and they're taking a sledgehammer to it in front of like a kid and he's crying.
Oh.
It's like a really gross playhouse and they needed to get rid of it. And his life is better afterwards when they talk to him. But but he was like, I was gonna have that and keep it for my children. And then I turned to Charlie and I said, that kid's your age. Because it was filmed in 2009.
And Charlie was born in a month earlier.
Well, that kid was like 7, so yeah.
Oh,
It
yeah.
was probably Charlie.
A baby.
It was probably.
Whoa, Pippos, can I save that?
Oh.
Whoa.
Do you guys know the scripting format for those of us that can write but not draw on Webtoon? There is no scripting format. You have to just decide.
Some people do like movie script format. Some people do more like just writing notes to themselves. Like there's no set standard for writing comic scripts.
Yeah.
Bones has a video about how he does scripts, which you can find on our channel, which may be useful if you're trying to figure it out. Yeah.
Oh god, that was the first season. The first episode of the first season was probably the worst horde. Okay, it wasn't the worst because there was one full of like trigger warning, dead cats, but like, this one was the worst. Like Jill, I forgot about her. She has like so much garbage. Like she just had fridges full of like rotten food.
Oh.
And like she just didn't see like the problem, which was I think the hardest part of it, was like they'd be showing her like rotten food and she'd be like, it's still good, and everyone's like, no, it'll kill you, and she's like, and she just didn't seem to believe it at all. Oh my god, it was the worst one. The best horde was, I forget her name, but she had a bunch of teddy bears, and it was like, if it wasn't Dusty, it would be a collection, not a horde. It would still be a horde because, you know. But it was cute. It was like, you'd look everywhere, like, oh, that's cute. Yeah, she was just had a rotten pumpkin on the floor.
Oh.
And they were throwing it away, and she's like, wait, it was an interesting pumpkin. So she took seeds out of it.
Oh.
Yeah, it was so bad. To be honest, I'm feeling discouraged. Any advice on how to start making my comic again or to promote it? I don't know. Ursula?
Well, what stopped you from working on your comic? That it helps a lot to understand that. Was it like you went looking at like other people's art and you felt like self-doubt or like comparing yourself to others? Is it because your mental health isn't doing so well because of, you know, I don't know, stress or just a bad mental health flare-up? Is it, you know, there's so many reasons as to what could be doing it. If it's like a boredom thing, sometimes it can help to like go back to what inspired you to make that. If it's like, you know, you're inspired by like a game or a show or a comic or some property, like going and revisiting that and getting excited about your story or your world or your characters can really help get you motivated again. If you still like what you're doing but like you're not sitting down to work going on it, setting a deadline can really help. Being like, I'm gonna have the first, I don't know, 10 pages done by the end of July or something. I don't know. some deadline like that, like just setting goals for yourself and having a date when it has to be done, so you're not just sitting there kind of being like, I'll do it eventually, and then you look up and it's been like a year since you last touched it. So yeah, deadlines really help.
Who are
as
you
for
drawing?
I'm trying to draw Leah.
Oh, okay. Anyway, sorry. Back to your thing.
For promotion, I would say get like a hosting site, whether that's like Webtoons or Tapas or one of the other ones that I don't know about. They're probably out there. Or your own website. Like get it up there, get like a placeholder saying like coming soon or something, and then just have like a social media presence, like post on Twitter or Instagram or whatever, whichever one you prefer, whichever ones you can do, and just post art of your comic, art of your characters, and eventually people will be like, oh, what are these, and come take a look. Or you can post like, hey, my comic's coming soon. Yeah, just start talking about it. People will be interested. The most important thing you can do for promotion really is just posting stuff on social media, like your art or just, whatever posts, and making friends and talking to people and just being friendly. And then promote your stuff in your own space. Don't go into other people's spaces and promote your stuff. Like, don't go onto someone else's like profile or DM and send them stuff, because that's just asking for trouble. But just posting on your own space, your own stuff, totally fine. And then just be friendly and talk to people. Is it possible to make comics on Fire Alpaca? I don't know. I've heard lots of people really like Fire Alpaca, so probably. Clip Studio I'd recommend. It's very affordable, especially when it goes on sale. Photoshop, it's very expensive.
It is.
But Fire Alpaca, I've heard lots of people like it. You can totally make comics on it. There's no right program to make comics on. They're all good. I wanted to ask you guys about that. What's your experience with webcomics versus doing issues like 9 Point? Which in your opinion is better? Webcomics are nice because they really get people looking at them, because it's like having a free product that people are gonna read and look for. And you'd be surprised how many people, even if your whole comic is up for free online, will want to buy a book, just because there's some people who really like having a physical copy and that's how they read comics, or they want to support you because they read it online and they like your work. Whereas with our issues, there's a lot of we'll talk about it here on YouTube and people will want to find it. But it can be hard to distribute it. Probably if we were earlier on in our careers, I doubt we'd have very many people reading it currently. But because of where we are with like the platforms we have, and that we have other comics out, and people who follow our work, it really helps. We've also done Kickstarters for our issues, for our issues. Anyways.
Kickstart your issues.
Kickstart your issues.
My favorite character, Leah. Yeah. We've run Kickstarters for 9 Points, so that helped get eyeballs on it. But I think it could definitely be hard to only sell comic issues unless you have like a distributor of some kind. So yeah, I would recommend the webcomic version when you're starting up. And then work your way up to like selling books or selling issues. But who knows, maybe there's someone else who's done it the opposite way to us, who has really great advice on what to do if you want to just sell issues of your comic. Hello, we love Patricia Taxon. Her music is so good.
How do you make a schedule you can stick to? Um, well, I think it depends on your situation. Like, don't be a meanie to yourself. Don't be unreasonable. Don't sit down every day and expect like 8 hours of comic work every day, especially if you have other obligations like school or other work. Also, if you have the
Wait,
free time, what?
Certified Nobody. I know a great place where you can talk to other artists and get feedback on your comic, animation, and other art. We have a Discord
We do.
in the description, and you can hang out with all of our Discord people.
There's lots of lovely artists and writers there.
They're all into comics and stuff. There's a feedback channel. Everyone's sweet.
Everyone's really nice.
Anyways, back to your thing.
What was I saying? Oh, even if you have tons of time.
Thanks, Doral.
Thanks, Toril. Even if you have tons of time, like you don't have other obligations, you're just gonna be working on comics. It's still really hard to expect yourself to do 8 hours straight of work. So set timers. Be like, I'm gonna do like a few 20-minute sessions of drawing and writing with breaks in between. Yeah, it really depends on your schedule. Like, what can you put in? And I think it's also important to remember you're gonna have days when it's really hard to work on your stuff. Even like you have the time, but you're just not motivated for whatever reason. It's okay to have days where you just kind of touch in with your comic and only work on it for like 10 minutes that day. Because 10 minutes is still better than not working on it at all.
Poke.
Just touch in with it.
Hey, comic, you awake?
Hi, you okay? You okay there, buddy?
You awake?
I don't know if Leah should have this little bob haircut.
Yeah.
Don't know.
I don't know either. I don't really picture her. I'm
No.
sorry. I'm useless.
Gosh. My problem is like I have like an earlier version of her in my head and I don't think that's how she looks like anymore.
Ain't that a truth? I don't really remember what I wrote. It was a long time ago. It was in the ancient time. Distance. Oh, my computer's gonna die. I need to pick up my power cord, plug it into a wall, and cry. Ursula Grey. That's my Ursula Grey impression.
It's really good. Ursula drawing characters different to how I imagine and willing to canon. How do you imagine Leah? Tell me your description, Chorl.
Yeah, you designer.
Yeah.
I'm gonna draw my Leah. Hashtag not my Leah. Hey, Medica, can you sit beside me? Can you come sit beside me? Hey, you, come here. Can you sit beside me, please? Ah, my dreams became a reality. There is a dog sitting beside me.
Oh my god. That's a cute dog you got.
Any types on writing a shorter story for your comic? How short? I feel like I've addressed this a lot. It mostly just comes down to things.
Yeah.
I'm so useless. I'm sorry. Like removing characters, plot lines, settings, decreasing the scope of your story. Scope is a big thing. Is that a face? Oh no, it's a bag of hemp seeds. Okay.
There's someone in our house.
No, it just looked like a little mask.
Is there a ghost with a mask in our house?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Sorry, what was I talking about?
Writing shorter stories, scoping.
Oh yeah, scope. Yeah, decreasing scope feels like a whole topic. If I had a functioning brain, I could talk about. But I don't have a functioning brain.
During the 24-hour stream, we're just gonna go nuts. We're gonna talk about hoarders.
Yeah, I'm
talk
just gonna
about
sit in the
everything.
corner and talk about hoarders for
Yeah.
24 hours straight. That's my
Bones.
goal.
Bones will talk about his hyperfixations,
Yeah.
and I will draw.
How long should the first episode be in a comic series? I'm not a webtoon person, so I don't really know for sure. A decent amount?
We usually do, because we split our stuff up by scene, right? So sometimes our scenes are like 10 pages and sometimes they're like 3 pages. So.
I don't even know how you're supposed to define the length of a webtoon, because people are like, how long should the page be? I'm like, I don't know. 5,000 pixels? Like it's just a
True.
metric I don't even think in, honestly.
You're right, because I imagine like comic book pages and like
Yeah.
the traditional comic book look.
Vomit.
Vomit.
I have an art style for my comic, but I feel like my art style is improving a lot outside of my comic. Should I keep the art style the same or redo the pages I already made?
The nice thing with a lovely little webcomic is that your style is bound to change as you work on it. Just because that's generally how it goes, because you'll be working on it for a long time, over many years. It's, I guess traditionally people do like a page a week, for example, so your style's gonna like change and improve as you draw it, and it's kind of the norm for the first few pages being slightly different than what they turn into later as you improve as an artist. So I don't think there's anything wrong with having your first few pages be in like a different style. You can maybe like slowly transition your style over to like your new stuff that you do outside of your comic. I try not to encourage people to go back and redo things, because that'll get you into a cycle of like never finishing your project and just restarting over and over again, because no matter what, your art's going to improve the further you go.
Exactly.
So there's not much of a point of restarting every time you feel like you've gotten better. I'd say just complete the comic. If you finish it and you want to redo it, I'll give you that, but finish it first.
Yeah. Or if you finish like a volume and you want to clean it up.
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
That's like we have a saying with our things. It's like save it for the Blu-ray.
Yeah.
Where when we take our webcomics and we put them into a book, we generally go and clean up the comic pages. And the reason we call it save it for the Blu-ray is like with TV, anime, they usually cut a lot of corners because episodes are coming out week to week. And then when they have the Blu-ray release, they go in and they clean up a lot of the animation. So it's the same with our comics. Save it for the Blu-ray.
I'm kind of new to your channel. I was wondering what made you want to start your webcomic 9 Point and where could I read it? It's not really a webcomic, kind of. Like, it's, you can buy it on our Etsy, which Nightbot just posted. You can also buy it on our itch.io store, in ebook form. Yes. I think it's like $2 Canadian per book. So, yeah. The reason we started it is literally what Charles was saying. I'm a big Lord of the Rings loser, and we like cats. No, like, actually, okay, here's the stupid reason we started it, and Ursula's gonna be mad at me. But we were working on the Magpie, and it was taking a while. So I was like, oh, let's make an easy side comic that has tons of pages. Like, we wanted it to be easy to produce, and we wanted it to be like stupid long, because we were kind of realizing that we're gonna finish the Magpie at some point, and then we're gonna kind of lose the audience. It kind of ebbs and flows. So we thought, okay, maybe we should have a nice long running series that people can like get into over time, and like we can slowly build hype. So we made it based on like this Cat Knight RP that we'd started. We started it, we did like 3 pages, like, no, I was like, no, this is a comic or something, like, I want to write this, and I kicked Ursula out. And so we started working on 9 Points, and I made the stupid decision to make the entire magic system based on fur color. So I was like, oh crap, this is gonna be a color comic. And I thought, okay, easy color. Let's do lineless. because then you won't have to ink. And then, well, that's stupid because lineless is actually really hard. But also, another reason I wanted to do lineless was Ursula kind of sucks at coloring at that point.
Yeah, he really did.
Yeah, she kind of sucked. She's gotten a lot better. And she got so good at black and white inking by doing Magpie. Like, Ursula's inks are like delicious inky goodness. So I was like, okay, well, if you do a lineless color comic, you'll learn color really good, and it kind of worked.
Kind of worked. I'm better at color than I used to be.
Yeah. The art direction for 9 Point was like Haunsters on a massive scale. Yes. Shout out to Haunsters. Yeah.
Oh man.
9 Point was the easy side project.
It was supposed to be. I remember us walking down the street in like the old town. We were walking through downtown, and he was like, "Yeah, we're gonna do like really easy black and white, like super simple style with cats." And I was like, "Yes, this sounds amazing."
It was
We'll
basically
do
gonna
it.
be manga.
Basically, yeah. And then side project, exactly.
I just remembered last time I saw you was when you moved out of your old house. How did that go? I hope you're both doing well. We're in our new house and it's nice.
We like
Yeah,
it.
it's good.
It's a good place.
Is it legal to mention existing? I don't know anything about legality. You can usually make jokes about real things existing. I mean, Homestuck exists, so
Yeah.
you gotta assume. I think it's usually more of a problem for like big name stuff. I think by the time it's a problem, you probably have an entire team working behind you.
Totally.
So I wouldn't worry about it too much. You can't make fun of them or bash them, or you could be sued. Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh,
I ain't a lawyer. I can't give you legal counsels.
that's true.
I don't think anyone's gonna come down on your little webcomic though. Maybe
Yeah.
Disney. They're
Maybe
awful.
Disney.
They're scary.
Spooky.
Yeah. Yeah, 9 Point was supposed to be an easy little side hustle. Boy, were we wrong.
I like 9 Point a lot, though.
Yeah.
I'm excited for it.
I'm excited for when Magpie's off my plate. I still have to write it. I have like 2 volumes left to rewrite. Yeah. Serious question. What would you do if I told you I love you guys? Senpai's meet me in the yard after school, baka. I would be like, well, you don't really know me. Thank you.
I appreciate it, Bethany.
I'd be like, you love the idea of me. I'm gonna go plug in.
Okay,
We're gonna lose the chat.
I know. Senpi. Aw, Senpi. You don't want to actually know these jerks. I know, it's really not what it's cracked up to be. You'll get stuck watching Hoarders with us. Man, I wish I knew how to draw Leah. I was gonna say I wish I was good at comics, but I think someone would, like, cry. Man, we did lose. We lost Ursula. We lost the plot. Hoarders is delightful. I feel like I would have trouble watching Hoarders, just because I cannot handle messy situations. It makes me very uncomfortable. I'd love that, actually. I need friends. Oh. Well, if you join our Patreon on the $1 tier, you can come hang out with us and chat with us on little voice hangouts on Sunday and Tuesday. If you want some friends to chat with, you can buy our friendship. That's what the tier says on Patreon. It's like, buy our friendship. Haven't been on stream in a while. What's up? Nothing. Nothing's up. And hi, welcome back. Any tips on drawing side profiles? Draw from life. Draw from reference. My wife watches Hoarders. I go to work, come home, and everything is gone. Oh no. Just everything gets thrown out. Super clean. Ursula, would you ever do an old comic page redraw like you did for Sovereign? Like do a Pretty Mouth one? I've wanted to. I wanted to do like a redraw of like a Pretty Mouth page. I thought that would be fun. I love streams where you can actually read the chat. Same. But yeah, with side profiles, it definitely helps to kind of get like a skull drawing type, like a structure to it. That's how I always looked at it. Like I draw the circle, which is like the kind of dome of the skull, and then you kind of build the jaw off of that. Yeah. What I have trouble and still have trouble doing is I get really mixed up with like how much room to give the lower jaw, and how much room to give like between like the chin and the lips and like the lips and the nose. Like I know there's like I know the measurements for what it's supposed to be. Like it's like the center, like the center of the mouth is supposed to be like halfway between where the nose and the chin are. But like I don't know, I still have trouble with it, especially in side profile. Because I find in like front view, you can I feel like I can be more elastic with it and more cartoony. But side profile, like there's structure there that's hard to mess with. So that's one thing I struggle with a lot.
I remember we used to do the anime side mouth.
I know.
Those were the days.
Right? Remember when they just do like that thing? But I remember when I was learning how to like draw like the actual mouth open on side view, I'd do these mouths that were like this.
Oh my god, yes.
But what always helps me is when I'm feeling really stuck is just going and grabbing some like actual photos of people inside profile and drawing them. You did a design for your ghost character that you were talking about on another stream? Hell yes. Proud of you.
It's Leah.
Leah?
Imagine if Leah was a ghost.
Oh god. She would haunt you forever.
Haunt. I'm excited for Evo if it'll ever get done. Me. I'm Ursula. Me.
You gotta stop putting all your eggs in this basket.
Sorry for repeating. But I wanted to ask you. Oh, I saw your thing. I thought I read it, but I read it in my brain.
Oh no.
Wanted to ask you too how making comic works out for you. If there were any complications, maybe tips for working with your partner. I'm making one with a friend. I think the most important part is to be prepared for it to fall apart.
Yes.
Because I feel like there's more failures with like friendships and like relationships and stuff than there are successes. Because it's really hard. Because you also have to deal with like the emotion sides of things. There's also tons of like times it works. I have a lot of friends who like work together. So make sure you have like contracts. Your expectations are set out before doing things. Make sure to plan out what will happen if you make any money. Why are you yelling at Lear?
They're just full of yayas.
Hi, Fatal. Yeah. Yeah, you gotta be careful. You gotta be prepared for the worst. Like, hope for the best, but also be prepared for, like, the worst stuff to fall apart. It's probably good to start small. Unlike me and Ursula, we started with, like, thousands of pages. But, like, a short little comic together, like, 100 pages, that's really doable. And then you can kind of, like... By short comic, I mean just, like, a single graphic novel together. Like, that's a very doable task that has a very clear endpoint that's not tying you together for 10 years of your life, you know? It's good to kind of think of comics and how many years they'll take, because just in general, partner or not, it takes a long time to make comic pages, so be prepared for that. Um, yeah.
Totally. Yeah.
And contracts don't have to be super official or
No,
anything, but it just really helps if you have the groundwork laid out.
I know, and it's hard, especially if like you were going to your friend just out of the blue and being like, "Hey, we need a contract to see who gets
Contracts
what."
are to keep friends together.
Exactly. It creates just a little more reason to like keep doing it. It helps if things go wrong, like keeps you accountable.
Manages expectations.
Totally.
Yeah.
So that yeah, if if the worst thing happens, then you have you have a foundation for what to do that you made when you were both calm and liked each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like having a child together.
Yeah, your comic is your little baby and you're co-parenting.
Yeah, start by having like a pet hamster together before you have an 18-year commitment.
Yes, exactly. I'd also recommend setting deadlines, and using like a project tracker can really help. Because one thing I know that happens a lot is like you'll sit with your friend and you'll be like, I'm gonna make this comic with you, blah blah blah, and you're all excited, and then you lose steam, especially like you know, you have other obligations like work and school. Um, and I find usually like sometimes it can happen where one person's more invested than the other person, but having like a project tracker or some way to like look at your progress will really help, because you can kind of poke each other and be like, hey, um, uh, you know, we set this deadline to get this done by the end of August. Like, you gotta hurry up with writing the script so that I can get to drawing, and etc. etc. Um, and yeah, and just having something to see how close you are to the goal, and having like a date where it has to be finished will really help keep you motivated. So it's not just like, we get it done when it gets done, and then you just forget and move on to other things. How do you write a short romance comic without the pace feeling too fast? If it's feeling too fast and you're trying to make a short comic, you might have too much like happening in it. You might need to strip out characters and subplots, like Bones was saying, like how to write something smaller. Or yeah, it's hard. Pace especially is hard because you kind of have to like write it and then get feedback on it and see if it's just going too fast for what you have in the story, or if it's going too slow. So, especially if you're writing something that's 100 pages, like that's really fast to write. So I would just write it and then edit it from there.
Yeah. Only 100 pages. Come on, guys.
It's really fast in comics. Bones can write a 400-page comic in like a week.
Yeah, but that week happens after months of staring at a wall.
True. Yeah, there's lots of thinking involved.
People neglect that little bit.
Yeah.
Like I feel like with writing, a lot of your time is spent staring and like it's like waiting for the pot to boil. Whereas like doing art is a lot more like chopping vegetables.
Yeah. Totally. You have a lot more to show for what you've done. Yeah. No. I like the way, is it Terry Fallis? Who's that writer who does tons of outlining?
I don't know.
Anyway, there's a writer. I think it's Terry Fallis. Anyways, so he was talking about how like he was talking to an author friend of his, and she was like, "How long did it take you to write your book?" And he was like, "Oh, like 3 weeks." And she like smacked him because she. But he explained himself where like he outlines for like years and then writes the whole. He has like this super detailed outline, and then he'll just sit and write the whole thing in like 3 weeks. So yeah, there's a lot that goes into actually writing the thing.
What would you say staring at a wall? Would you say staring at the wall is a valid part of the creative process. Yeah, it's definitely.
Yes.
Sometimes it's not, but a lot of the times it is.
You gotta percolate, you know?
Yeah. 90% of my scripting is knowing what to write next, but my fingers won't move. That sounds like ADHD.
Heck.
That's it. No, that sounds like executive functioning, not necessarily
True.
ADHD.
Is it good to promote my comic by making promotional posters? Sure. I say
As long as it's not getting in the way of actually
Mm.
making your comic.
yes, the best way to promote your comic is to make your comic and post the comic.
Yeah. Well, that's not necessarily the best way because I know comics
Oh,
that
yeah.
the best way is to be famous already.
There you go. That's how you get a popular comic.
Have a platform already.
Yeah,
helps.
have a platform. You don't have to be famous necessarily.
Sorry, Mom, no lunch for me. I'm staring. Listen, don't call me out like that. Literally me.
How do you feel about posting pages on social media as you work on them? Go for it. I think that's a great way to advertise your comic, to show process work, because people are going to see it and they're going to be like, this looks cool. I want to read the thing this is from.
Yeah. It only really matters once you have a big enough audience that would be upset about spoilers.
Totally. When you're small.
Because, like, when I think
Spoiler.
about, like, a lot of TV shows I started watching, like, I didn't start watching Steven Universe until I saw the spoiler episode with, like, Sapphire and Ruby first appearing. I was like, what? Pog, what is this? And then I started watching. So spoilers aren't necessarily bad for your promotional needs.
Totally.
I mean, think of how things promote things really annoyingly and spoil things, but it works.
But it works.
It works.
I mean, there's so many things I friggin' find because I'll go and watch a review of someone spoiling the whole thing and I'll be like, this sounds great.
Yeah.
I want to watch this.
Definitely.
Yeah. But yeah, talk about your comic. Talk about don't hide all your cards. Just be active. Is it slower to promote through friends or social media? I'm not sure what promoting through friends means. Like word of mouth?
Word of mouth is slow but powerful.
Yes. It is.
Social media is good. Social
yeah.
media can also, like, just make you sad, though.
Yeah.
Social media, like, promoting through friends sounds more fun and better for your mental health.
That's true.
Social media is, like, soulless. Bone saying Pog really caught me off guard. I say Pog constantly.
He do. He's a poggy boy.
Yes, word of mouth.
Yeah.
Word of mouth is pretty Pog. Poggers. Poggers.
It's pretty poggies.
Poggies. Yeah, me and Ursula Pepe post all the time we have, like, our personal Discord, and we have all the PP frogs.
We do.
We're regular Twitch viewers.
We are.
It can be brutal. Yeah.
I used to roll my eyes as a teenager when all the adults would be like, social media will rot your brain, but now I feel that. I'm like, yeah, these are designed to, like, rot our brain.
Yeah.
And make us feel horrible, so we buy things.
Yeah.
Ugh.
It's like that line in Turning 30.
Exactly. Don't come crawling to me.
Don't come crawling back to me.
Oh, I feel that suck. I'm getting so many gray hairs.
Oh my god, Ursula's going so gray.
The prophecy.
Ursula's like, yeah, I have 2 gray hairs, and I looked, and she has like 20.
I don't know what to do about it.
Do you want them?
Like, I want them when they're more pronounced. I don't want the middle stages of it, you know?
Then you dye your hair.
What should I dye?
Your normal color. You just dye it to match.
Oh, I see. Boring.
You could also dye it pink.
There we go.
Or you could get your hair all done nicely.
I could.
You could bleach it, then you wouldn't even notice. You could bleach and do an ombre.
Well, the ombre, you'd still be able to see the stuff at the roots.
Yeah, but they'd be pink, right? Because they do pink all the way down with the ombre, right?
Yeah. Oh, you're You're right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there would just be some lighter patches, some light stripes kind of in there, which would look cute.
It's true.
It would just look like a continuation of the gradient kind of going up.
That's true. Okay.
You're an artist.
You convinced me.
You're an artist. You barely notice them anyways. They kind of just look like little blonde hairs.
Yeah, honestly, they're so small now. I just know I'm gonna get more because, like, we saw my brother the other week, and his hair is like so gray, and he's just 2 years older than me. It's just a family thing.
Yeah.
Ursula's literally that one default Sims 4 hair swatching to me.
Yeah. She going gray.
Going gray. Going
Grays don't
gray.
bleach the same color as the rest of your hair. It'll be fine.
It'll be fine.
If you're just bleaching to color, it'll be fine.
Yeah, true.
My mom's hair is all gray, and her hair, you don't even notice that her hair is gray.
That's true.
'Cause she
does
gets
dye it. And,
It dyed.
And
She just
bleach
uses
it.
store box dye
Does
too.
she?
Yeah.
Oh, her hair looks so cute.
Yeah.
Okay, I know I cannot do an ombre by myself. I'd have to
Yeah,
go
I
to
know
a
you I know you
studio.
can't do an ombre or whatever, but you can make your hair look cute.
That's true.
It's really easy to cover grays like at
Yeah,
this point in the year,
That's true.
in the year of our Lord 2021.
Can make them look like highlights. That's true.
Yeah, basically. I'm turning 30. I used to wake up with a smile. Don't be ashamed of gray hair. Gray hair is gorgeous. It's true.
That is true.
Ursul's not even ashamed of it.
not
I
even
think she was
ashamed of
just she was just panicked because I pointed out how many there were.
Basically, I was caught off guard. I thought I was like, yeah, I've got some gray hair.
I don't. I think my dad took forever to turn gray.
Oh yeah.
And also forever to start balding. Huh. I guess he did win out on me with that one. I said he was gonna go bald and instead he died. So he won.
What a rude way to win him. Gosh dang it.
Well, he used to always say he was gonna go bald because he was balding, but like no, he didn't ever officially bald.
Yeah.
What a jerk.
What a jerk.
My mom calls her gray hairs tinsel. It's super cute. Oh my god, that
Oh,
is cute.
That's so cute. Tinsel. I got my first gray at 18. Hell yeah. See, people say it's like a stress thing, but it's just a genetic thing. Like,
It can be a stress thing.
I can't.
Yeah, have you ever seen presidents?
Oh.
Like every president, like
I thought it was just because they're all old.
no, like have you ever seen like the before and afters? Like they're so ancient and grayed. Like maybe that's just what 4 years does, but I think it's like stress.
Oh, okay. Maybe it is. Maybe I'm
I
too
guess
stressed.
stress makes your hair fall out.
Yeah.
Like oh, well, you know what? Let's find this out. Maybe
Is
I'm
this
pulling
real?
hair out of my ass.
Are you pulling hair out of your butt? Store box dye is great. It cost me 70 quid for the hairdresser, but 4 quid to do it myself.
Does stress?
See, my problem is
Cause
my
gray
hair's
hair.
so dark. It's really hard to dye it because it's so dark, and I don't want to mess with bleach after I've seen all the videos of people destroying their hair. I don't want to do it. I did it as a teenager when I didn't know what the heck I was doing. I would do like box bleach.
What? This can't be real.
What?
Okay. A team of researchers at Columbia University, collaborating with an associate at the University of Miami, has found evidence that human hair turning gray due to stress and then reverting to its natural color when stress was removed.
What? That's not real.
For many years, conventional wisdom has suggested that stressful events may lead to loss of hair color, but until now it was believed that such graying was irreversible. In this new effort, the researchers have found evidence of stress-related gray hair reverting to its natural color once stressful event ended.
What?
It's only on 14 volunteers, so
Oh.
it's just like the beginning evidence or whatever.
I see.
Researchers were studying the role of melanin and certain proteins that play at play in giving hair its natural color. They asked 14 volunteers to allow them to pluck hairs from their heads and some other body parts. And researchers collected 400 hair samples and analyzed them using a new imaging technique. Blah, blah, blah. More information. Obama aged 20 years in 4 years. Right? Yeah. Stress, like, makes your hair gray.
Okay. Maybe I'm too stressed.
I mean, you did get a lot of gray hairs this year after this year, 2020.
That is true.
Yeah.
The year of our Lord.
Yeah.
True. That is when all my gray hair
2020
came
is
in.
not the year of our Lord. It is the year of
The year...
our Lord.
the...
Hail
the year,
Satan.
The year of my husband. Satan.
Mm-hmm. Is stress make gray hair?
Is stress?
Is stress make gray hair?
Because I
It's
was
true.
reading, I heard it was like a genetic thing more than a stress thing.
Well, okay, more than
Oh.
implies that it's also a stress thing.
Sorry, what I read said it was genetic, not stress.
How stress everything about this says stress causes gray hair. Like everything I'm looking at.
I was lied
Stress
to.
can cause hair to gray prematurely, according to NIH.gov, National Institutes of Health.
This is in NIH or whatever. That's not what the random article I read said.
Stress can have a variety of negative effects on the body. The idea that acute stress can cause hair to turn gray is a popular belief, but until now, that link wasn't scientifically proven. So, it has since been.
Okay.
Stress turning hair gray is a natural thing, from what I've heard. If someone's stressed enough, it can turn gray incredibly short periods of time, like weeks. Jesus.
Goodness.
But apparently it can turn back.
Yeah. What does? Okay, Aurora's super curvy. Celine's more triangular.
How does stress cause gray hair? A new study shows that stress really can give you gray hair. Researchers found that the body's flight or fight response plays a key role in turning hair gray. Your hair color is determined by pigment producing cells called melanocytes. Shout out to melanocytes, making that melanin stuff.
We love them.
New melanocytes are made from melanocyte stem cells that live in the hair follicle at the base of your hair strand. As we age, the stem cells gradually disappear. Researchers showed that stress also leads to a loss of pigment-producing stem cells in mice. Nerves in your sympathetic nervous system, which is responsible for your body's fight-or-flight response, go throughout the body, including into hair follicles. The study showed that stress causes the release of a chemical called norepinephrine into the follicle. This chemical affects the melanocyte stem cells living in there. It causes them to rapidly turn into pigment cells and move out of the hair follicles. Without stem cells to release or create new pigment, the new hair turns gray or off-white.
Huh.
Yeah.
Alright.
And there you go.
The more you know.
We don't do comics here. We do science.
Exactly. My anxiety made me gray.
If it's true, I'm expecting the school season to transfer my hair in a matter of days. Oh my god.
Oh no. Oh dear.
What a statement from the doctor. When we started the study, I expected stress was bad for the body, but the detrimental impact of stress that we discovered was beyond what I imagined.
God.
Don't sound so jazzed.
I know, it sounds excited.
Any advice for posing during action scenes? Make sure their hair is graying
Yeah,
from the
the
stress.
stress of battle.
Is that what Super Saiyan is? Just stress.
I'm just really stressed right now. Just so they scream.
Okay, how do you pose for battle? With fists up.
I think it helps to find as much reference as you can. It can be hard when you're doing like crazy battle anime stuff, you know. But like even looking if your character's doing like flips and stuff, looking at like gymnasts and acrobats can really help. If you're doing like sword fighting, there's tons of reference of like people sword fighting, doing like, you know, you can find reference material of like
Is
actual
this the
stuff or more.
dross from life stuff you're always going on about?
Yeah.
Get a new song.
It is the best one.
Okay, go back to it. There's references of sword fighting you can find.
Yeah, people using like shoot bangs.
Shoot bangs. Guns.
Yeah, guns.
That's the words.
Using guns and stuff. I'm sure you can find lots of reference of that. You can look at movies, you can look at drawings, anything. Just
But how do you pick which one to put in your comic?
So with comics, I think a really great piece of advice that I learned from Ty Templeton was that the action happens, or movement happens in the gutters, meaning the space between panels. So if you're picking something to focus on, like pick like your most impactful piece. If it's like someone throwing a punch, you can, you know, show the fist winding up, and then you show the fist punching the person in the face. You know, you don't have to show the movement in between. It's hard picking poses because you need, because it really depends on the
guys,
composition.
you have an
you're
hour and a
doing.
half to get your game nights.
To get my what?
Your gay nights, Prism nights. It closes in an hour and
Oh
a
my
half.
God, guys, go get some gay nights.
Yeah, get you some gay night short stories.
Do it. They're really good.
Yeah, they're pretty little books.
They
They're
are.
good for us comic reading people because they're not a lot of words.
They are short.
Anyways, you were talking about action, and I keep distracting you.
Gosh, don't you know I probably have ADHD?
No, I don't. You don't have ADHD.
Thank you. You're right. I don't have that. I have perfect.
Go to the
high
doctor. Go to the exact same doctor that I'm going to, that I got referred to, and I immediately got an appointment.
No.
Please.
Wait.
Just fill out the sheet, and we can stop by your doctor's office, and you can drop it off and everything. Okay, please. You need to be medicated, because the one time you took medication, you were an amazing person. It was so great. I had a different wife.
A whole new person.
I'm gonna bust in on your dietitian appointment tomorrow, and I'm
No.
gonna say she has ADHD and she needs medication.
No.
Tell her to go. I know you're a dietitian, but please agree with me.
What's my dietitian gonna do?
They're gonna be on my side.
Oh my God.
Gay nights, you say? Yeah.
Me too. But yeah, picking poses for action is hard because you need it to like fit your composition right, to make sure you're throwing your like throwing things toward the next panel. This feels like something I could do a whole video on.
Well, that's what we doing right now, because we don't have a video channel anymore. We're streamers. We're streamers, and we need an editor who does the clips.
The clippies.
Going to doctors overrated. I just stew in mental illness. Go to the doctor. If you are privileged enough to have access to a doctor and you're having mental health problems that are affecting your daily functioning, go to the doctor. Okay? Talk to your doctor.
I already went and
It didn't work out, so you need to go again.
cries.
Who needs health? You all need health.
You
Let
should
your
all go to your doctors.
doctors take your blood, Sip, sip.
Vampires.
Okay? Mental health is part of health, okay?
It really is.
Being healthy is so overrated. It is not overrated. It is underrated in this chat, as I can tell from y'all.
My life did get like way better once I got on anti-anxiety medication. So I know.
If you're privileged enough to have a doctor, you can
Yeah.
access.
Yes.
It's just a trend.
Got foot surgery. I don't need mental goodies.
Well, you tried for mental goodies, but you got rejected or something, right?
Yeah.
You also have mental Skittles that you take.
Mental Skittles.
We're all on the mental Skittles.
Oh, I need to take my mental
Why
Skittles.
does the doctor need my blood? Greedy, right? Doctors are vampires. They don't want to eat your blood, though. That's unethical. They just can learn a lot of information. Vampires are kind of like dogs, you know? How they sniff each other's butts. Vampires, they need to, like, have a little look-see at your blood, and they can learn a lot about you.
Oh, God.
Yeah. It's very helpful. Life hack, you can't have anxiety if you don't care about anything. I beg to differ. I don't even think the world is real and I'm anxious. Am I the only one who actually found it really fascinating when they took the blood?
I could never watch. I always look away.
I just joined and the first thing I heard is you have mental skills.
I cannot handle it when they draw in my blood. I'm like, I don't want to see it leaving me. It's too real.
I get dizzy just at the thought, so I definitely do not look.
No.
Love the time when they couldn't find my veins. Oh no! Oh, I'm so sorry.
I remember.
Doctors suck, okay? Like, I hate doctors with a passion. So when I'm telling you to go to them, I mean it with all the love and respect in the world for you.
I once. Sorry,
Your doctor is just a prick. Sorry, no, I got the.
I once had to get a blood draw where they couldn't get.
Oh no, squeamish.
Sorry.
No one wants to hear about your blood draw stories, okay?
Okay.
Blood draws are the worst.
Okay.
You're gonna lose the entire audience.
They won't let me watch them cut open my foot. How dare they?
Last time I got a shot, I almost fainted, so a blood draw sounds vaguely traumatic. Oh no, for real.
Yeah, it would be hard if you can't
they're hard.
handle getting just shots.
Yeah, I have to get another blood draw in July.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And my plan is to run away from home.
Packing a bag and running.
I was asking, okay, I have an audience here. Did anyone else just run away from home a lot as a kid? Like, did you ever just, like, pack up a little bag and be like, I'm done, and leave?
I had nights where I would stare out my window at the moon and cry and be like, I'm gonna run away tomorrow.
Okay, good. Because I used to, like, pack up my little bag, and I used to grab a loaf of bread, and I would go into the neighborhood, and then I'd just sit somewhere. Like, I have run away.
I love the bread.
I needed sustenance. Okay, I need to go wash them again. I'll be back.
Okay. I ran up the street one time ever. Just whacking the mic with pillows. Ah, touched me. Gross. I talk about that and my stepdad. He'll send the police officers who work for him. Oh god, that's frightening. I should write down my questions when I'm working on my comic for next time. Heck yeah. It's a good idea. I never ran away or wanted to do so, but I used to keep little bags packed just in case. I love it. I did think I could survive by eating leaves and living in the back shed. Oh my god. That reminds me, I think I've told this story before, but there was one time when we were teenagers and I was still living with my dad, and Bones once like sent me a message and he was like, I left something for you in the backyard. And I was like, what? And I thought he was kidding. I thought he was like trying to get me to go out into the backyard and then be like, haha, just kidding. Cause like, you know, he could have knocked on my door or something, but he didn't. And so I went into the backyard to look, and he'd left like a container of like apple crisp. He'd made an apple crisp for me and left it in the backyard. Just in the garden. Silly guy. That's how he wooed me. How he stole my heart. By leaving me apple crisp in the backyard. Leah has so many beads. Just drawing scribbles? Good. Why does kids TV make it running away so appealing, right? Hello? They make it sound so fun, like you're gonna go on a cool adventure. I think I really freaked my partner out the night by telling them the time I ran away for a fortnight. Oh my god, I would be so worried about you. Apple crisp is amazing. Bones is gone. I could make apple crisp. I think I have everything I need. Does a webcomic need a prologue? It doesn't need one. Just like not every story needs a prologue. A prologue is really good if you need to have information. Like there's a few different reasons you might want a prologue. Sometimes you can use it for like setting up a world where it might be harder once you get into like the actual like meat of the story with your characters and stuff. You can use it to set up something that's not going to come into your story till much later so that it doesn't feel like it comes out of left field. A famous example of that is the in Game of Thrones, how in like the first episode they showed the White Walkers or whatever they're called, the ice monsters, because through the rest of the story, like there's not much magic that shows up. So when the ice monsters show up, it's not a surprise. So that's one reason to use a prologue. Some people will do it to set up like a villain who is going to appear, but again, like there's not a place for them right at the beginning of the story. So yeah, so you don't need a prologue, but I think if you're going to use one, you should understand like why you're using it, if that makes sense. It's a tool you can use. What's apple crisp? Apple crisp is it's basically like an apple pie without like pie crust, and you usually just put like brown sugar and oats and like a kind of like a flour crisp top on top of the apple cinnamon deliciousness. Your parents are like every stranger equals murderer. I agree. Every stranger is a murderer. No, it's not like the McDonald's apple pie. Let me see. Because the McDonald's apple pie has like a crust, right? Here, I'll show you. See, like this is apple crisp. It's like a deconstructed apple pie.
Ugh.
It's got like oats and brown sugar and flour on top, and then the inside is like baked apple with like cinnamon and sugar.
Yeah, it's like apple pie filling covered by crisp.
Yeah, exactly.
My mom kept texting us to go eat her strawberry rhubarb cobbler.
Oh, dang it.
Yeah,
missed
but
out.
yeah, you didn't respond to any of her texts.
Oh. I didn't see them.
You gotta check your phone, miss.
I don't
There's
see
always
them.
pies on offer at my mom's
Oh
house.
god, we're lucky.
Oh man, 70 minutes left
Oh dang.
on this night thing.
On this night.
What night thing?
Oh. I'm dumb.
You're really dumb.
Listen, I'm here to be cute and draw art. That's
How can you
nothing
be
else.
stressed if there's nothing going on in your brain?
See, I don't ever know what's going on, but I'm stressed about that. That's
We have
my problem.
apples? Do we have apples?
We do.
Wait, why don't we make an apple crisp?
It's a good question.
We need like sour apples because we have too many delicious. They're too watery for an apple crisp.
Yeah, we should get some
Sour.
Granny Smith or whatever.
You're a Granny Smith.
I'm Granny Gray.
Granny Gree.
Granny Gary.
Anyone excited for the 24-hour stream? I'm not.
Oh. I'm excited. It's gonna be so much fun.
No, it's not. It's gonna be painful.
I had a fun time last time. I know
Wow,
the
good for
ending was
you.
really painful, but like,
Wow.
wow. Ooh, apple pie scones sound delicious.
She's too much for me, guys.
Call me on 24-hour. I'll talk about hoarders. Yeah, you and Charlie can just talk about hoarders.
Oh yeah, we should set up the Discord
We
so
should.
we can talk with patrons. They can keep us alive.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we can pop off and chat.
The 24-hour stream is happening on June 26th. It's starting at 9 a.m. EST
Yes,
on June 26th.
it's gonna be great.
It's gonna be so good. How dare you?
I'm gonna be prepared to be institutionalized after this garbage.
It's driving you to the edge.
Oh my god, for real though. Only slightly. Only slightly for real. Life is driving me to the edge. I'm excited to watch you play Viva Pinata.
Aw.
This, I got Viva Pinata set up and I'm watching Ursula play.
Yeah.
I'm introducing my main villain at the end of my comic. So does that mean I should have a prologue? Well, that means there should, like at the very end, like there probably should be some hints,
Foreshadowing there.
foreshadowing.
About
I mean,
that.
a lot of stories introduce their main villain at the very end. They're called mysteries, murder
Oh,
mysteries.
dang, you're right. Oh my goodness.
It's called Scooby Doo.
I mean, there are lots of like, even I'm thinking of like fantasy series where there's like a big evil overlord type deal, where they don't really meet them until the end. But I guess the main characters are aware of them. through the
Yeah.
story.
Galbatorix.
Exactly. Were there any media from your childhood that inspired your art? Yes. D. Greyman and Fullmetal Alchemist. What other stuff inspired my art?
My entire comic is mostly about mysteries. Same. Oh my god, who's this cutie?
Is it me?
Oh guys, did you see that that new Netflix show? Beast Love or something? What is it called?
I'll find it.
Beast.
Sexy Beasts.
Sexy Beasts?
Yes.
Oh my god, this show, I'm so
Looks
excited.
Terrible.
I'm so excited. Did you finally get to see it?
I'm looking at it right now.
Look at the images. It's a dating show, but everyone is dressed up in horrible anthropomorphic costumes. I'm so excited. It's so ugly.
It's so weird.
One of them's the devil, and they lucked out.
Yes.
Like, this is stuff of nightmares.
It's another one of those shows that's like, can they fall in love if they don't look hot?
Oh my god, it looks like Grinch makeup. It's like the Grinch.
Yes, you're
It's
right.
the same
live
aesthetic
action
as the live action Grinch, yeah.
Oh my god. It's so weird. Oh my god. But also totally gonna watch it.
Yeah, 100%.
I love dating shows.
Oh yeah, the dolphin is like stuff of nightmares.
Do you not like the dolphins?
Like, there's some I haven't even seen before. Wait a minute. Was this already a show? What? This came from the UK.
What?
Your country made this.
Just
And
like-
America did it worse.
Oh god.
Oh my god, there's a whole season. There was a whole season of it.
I can tell you the reveal will be there all hot.
The UK one looks a little less scary.
Really?
Yeah. Here, I'll send you a picture.
Okay.
Like, it's not pleasant, but it's way less scary than the Netflix one. The UK did this. It's on the BBC.
Oh my god. It's so weird.
But the green girl looks
This
fine.
looks like a screenshot from like a bad sci-fi B movie.
It does!
Oh my god. The king dog. I honestly kind of love the green girl. 10 out of 10.
Sexy Beasts Wikipedia is a British reality television dating show game.
So weird.
It was in 2014.
What? It looks like cats too. Oh no, I don't like it. Oh my god.
We have the naked ones. Cats too.
Oh my god.
Yeah, why don't they just put them in fursuits?
Right? I was when you told me the concept, I was expecting cute fursuits.
Yeah, well.
But no.
Hello. Hello, Bloop.
Hey,
Welcome.
Blue.
Me and Charles are just gonna watch reality TV together. Safe thing. We need to get a Netflix account and share with Chorley, just so.
Me
Well,
too.
actually, it wouldn't work because the main problem is Chorley's in the UK and I'm in
know.
Canada.
Yep.
So, like, we have to find shows that are available in both countries. It's very difficult.
It is. Or we could just get a VPN.
Yeah, but then I have to watch British TV with them.
Ugh. Horrible.
Can they do fursuits? They can't do fursuits, Bones. That'd be too weird. This is definitely much better. I want one where they take off the bear costume and they look like that underneath. Oh my god.
See, now I want a webcomic with this concept.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where it's
Except it's curses, and once they kiss, the curse reverses.
Yes!
You just invented Beauty and the Beast,
Oh.
but it's a dating show.
But it's a dating show. There we go. There's the spin.
Well, isn't that the whole point of this?
Yeah, but it's like actually natural.
What if, okay, here's my
What?
take. What if, okay, it's turning into a horror comic here,
Oh,
but
dear.
it's Sexy Beasts, right?
Okay.
Like, everyone shows up, the prosthetics are on, but they can't remove their prosthetics until they defeat their one flaw. It's actually an evil wizard producer,
It's just.
and they've all been, it's like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory almost. Like, and they all are like just horrible bad cuties. and they just think, oh man, gonna date cute girls, but they have to like overcome their problems, like Beauty and the Beast, how he got over all his vanity and stuff and found true love. They have to do that in order for the actual prosthetic thing, it's nightmare hell, to end.
It's like a court of thorns and roses.
Yeah, basically.
It's
Except
masks.
that they're not all cursed by the one guy's problem.
You're right.
We both want to watch American TV. It's true. Canadian TV is really fun because it's like low budget American TV. It's great. Spoken like a true writer. Spoken like a true curse fan. We all know it. Bones likes curses.
That was literally a book from Goosebumps. Damn it.
Seems legit. Our city smells like poop right now. It's manure o'clock on the farms.
Yeah.
As I go upstairs and the windows are open, it just smells.
Manure.
I love living in the country.
I know. The joys.
I mean, it's better than the sewage smells of the city.
Honestly.
Yeah.
Hey, ballpoint.
Keep drawing. I want to watch you draw.
Okay. I don't know how to draw Leah. I feel like all the ladies look the same.
Yeah.
I know they don't.
Last time I went to Canada, the only movie... Oh, I went to Canada. The only movie that played on the Hotel of TV was the live-action Avatar Airbender movie for 5 hours. It's
What?
amazing.
Oh my god, that's horrible. I'm so sorry that happened to you.
Not gonna lie, this music is such a bop. It is a bop.
It's such a
Trisha
bop.
Texon.
We love her. We stan. Because we use her music for like our streams and stuff, whenever I hear her music in the background of like another YouTuber's videos, I just get so distracted.
Yeah.
I'm just listening to the music.
That's fair.
Join us.
Oh, July is Camp Nano.
Oh, you're right.
I'm not gonna do it because I'm gonna have a difficult July.
Yeah.
That's my plan. My plan is to have a really difficult July.
Yes.
That's my goal.
But it's a good goal.
I like that my doctor's appointment is ADHD thing. That's what it's labeled as. Love it.
10 out
Living
of
for
10.
it.
ADHD thing. Your therapist just sends you the best emails.
Yeah, my therapist sent me a GIF.
It's just a cat gift.
Yeah, it was just a GIF at the end of our email. Which makes me think I can include pictures, probably.
Yes. Send memes.
Send memes. My birth happened in July, so Bones has to take the month off. Yeah, it's a lot for me.
To recover.
Oh, it's Canada Day, up Canada Way, on the
Aw.
first day of July. And I'm shouting, oh no, the fireworks, and my dogs are crying. As the maple leaf goes by.
For real. Oh, Manica's gonna be so sad. Our dog gets trauma from fireworks.
Yeah,
PTSD.
yeah, and I don't really care for Canada Day. I'm not exactly patriotic.
No.
And also, like,
Hey, Maha.
most of Canada's not vaccinated yet, so, like, I don't really want us all popping off
No.
to the barbecue. I
No
bet we'll
thanks.
be invited over next door.
Probably.
But that doesn't matter because that's our bubble.
Yeah.
It's impossible. My mom broke into our house the other day. Like,
We can't escape.
she's getting her second vaccine.
Yeah, she's gonna be all vaccinated.
I want to be all vaccinated.
Me too. I don't know when our second dose is.
Yeah, I don't know
We'll
either.
figure it out. I'm sure we'll get it.
Hmm.
I finished my Leah. I gave up. Oh,
Everyone's giving
me.
up on Leah.
Leah. What's wrong with
Why
you?
don't you just do one of the pictures instead of designing her
I guess I could do
and work on something else?
fine.
I'm sure Leah doesn't show up all that much. And
No.
I'm sure she's not much in book 2 either.
Probably not.
She's not a main character, so.
No. I know. I think she only shows up as a silhouette in here. Yes, she does.
Oh no, candidate. I see another walk down in our future. Yup.
Yup.
Hashtag don't give up on Leah. Okay.
I don't want to copy paste. I just want to copy. Wait,
Do you guys have a thunder jacket? It doesn't help hers.
No.
She tried the thunder jacket. It doesn't work. Jollying is like the only thing that kind of works a bit, but in the middle of the night you just give up.
Yeah.
I put her on patron art. I need to see this. Leah.
Usually, Madoka in the night, she'll just come and like sit on top of me and pant and shake.
I love your Leah. She's beautiful.
I have to see this. Hold the phone. I love it. 10 out of 10. Those gosh dang beads. I love the little hands.
I love your little hands.
Thank you.
Your little baby hands.
My little baby hands.
Baby hands can't hold things.
No, it's hard.
I have the mum type of character. I'm not sure if she should be a main or side character. Make mom the main character. Moms are not main enough.
What? Yeah, more stories about moms.
Yeah, write Glass Worlds for me.
More stories about
Moms. I keep seeing critique stream coming up, and I'm like, what? And I forgot that we changed the date.
We did it already. Don't worry. Don't worry. Way ahead of you, buddy.
What is your thoughts on doing aspect to aspect in comic? What?
Aspect to aspect?
What does that mean?
I don't know what that means.
What are your thoughts on me having a hot boy summer?
I want you to have a hot boy summer. I want you to run around being a hot boy.
I literally know how you feel, Charles.
I'm gonna bite my toe off. Oh, sorry, Choro.
Been there. 52 minutes of nights
Get those
left to
nights.
go. They did really well.
Good.
They got 16,000 Canadian so far.
Woo.
Yeah, people like their nights.
They're good nights.
Any advice on doing soft world building well? Because I feel like it isn't done well. It's just gonna not look like a good world. What's soft world building? Yeah, I don't know. Trying to remember my password. Oh, that was Lear. I'm like, what is the creature moving on in my background? do, 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 do.
I need a perspective grid. Hold the phone. Hold the phone.
Okay, I'm holding.
Thank you.
Oh, it's the genderqueer flag.
Oh, it is.
It's repping some pride here.
Heck yeah.
I've always causing you a lot of perspective stress, doesn't it?
It is. What have I done? Why did I want to make all this stuff interesting, huh?
I don't know. Ask Matica.
Why couldn't I make it just... Matica, why didn't I make it simple?
Matica just looked away from you. She's like shifted away.
Just don't look at me. No, I don't want a third one.
No, add a third one.
I don't want 3-point perspective.
It's 3-point time, baby.
No! Don't want it.
I want to write again, but I just don't feel like it. It's hard. I want like writing to just appear. I want to release a book.
Let's do it.
If only someone would finish the artwork.
I wish I had assistants. Man, I would get so much drawing done if I had other people drawing for me.
Many adults with ADHD find that they're most productive at night. They tend to hyperfocus on tasks and don't want to break their momentum. According to Dodson, after the sun goes down, they feel especially energetic and think more clearly, plus distractions tend to be low. Oliveria cited neurological research that found that in the ADHD brain is prone to delayed sleep phase syndrome. Instead of having a typical circadian rhythm, sleeping 11 p.m. to 7 a.m., they tend to have an irregular pattern of 2 a.m. to about 10 a.m. Oh my god, no!
His bones!
That's literally my sleep schedule. Is like somewhere between 2 and 5 a.m. to 11. Oh my god. Oh my god. I just found out I have ADHD. Thanks, Bones. Oh my god. Everything about ADHD is me. Because I look at like bipolar, I'm like, oh no, I'm like, do I have bipolar disorder? And then I look at it and I don't really see it. I just get hyper focused, which feels like mania, I think. Wow. Oh my god, I hate this. I need to get checked.
You do. I'm scared. I know they're not gonna do this. I'm scared with my dietitian appointment that they're just gonna tell me to eat salad.
Well, in which case then you don't go back.
That's true. I've been assured they're really good, but I'm just convinced. Because anytime you look up anything about eating, they're just like,
Eat a salad.
eat a salad or don't eat. And you're
Get
like,
your mental health care in check too would help.
no.
It's a common misconception that ADHD simply means being hyper or being unable to focus, when the more accurate way to describe it would be it would not be as attention deficit, but as an executive function deficit. That's why so many parents of children with ADHD are skeptical of the diagnosis. They see that little Timmy has trouble sitting still and paying attention to homework and chores, yet he can sit down in front of a video game for hours at a time. See, he must be slacking off. He doesn't really have trouble focusing. A true explain it like I'm 5 on how this actually affects people is ICNU, interest, challenge, novelty, and urgency. If something doesn't meet one of those 4 categories, someone with ADHD isn't going to be able to do it. Let's use doing dishes as an example. Is it interesting? Not even slightly. Challenging? Not really. Novel? Nah. Urgent? Not yet. But once a person with ADHD actually needs to clean dishes, then it gets done. Because it now meets one of their 4 criteria. In that sense, putting things off until their very last second is essentially a coping mechanism for ADHD rather than a symptom in and of itself. And on a related note, that's also why video games in particular are in the stereotypical ADHD hobby addiction. Most video games check all 4 ICNU boxes at once. They're particularly made for us.
Mm.
Let's be real, I ignore urgency. Yeah, that's called depression. I don't ignore urgency. I don't think.
I don't think so.
Yeah. Me with ADHD just coming to hear y'all talk about ADHD. Hey, honeysuck. I think we all have it here. You're watching a live stream. That is like one. I feel like everyone who watches live streams has ADHD.
Oh my god.
I feel like it's a particularly ADHD thing to do, to watch, because most people are like, how can you watch 5 hours of this?
Oh, fair.
I don't have depression. What are you talking about? You are the least depressed person I know.
The most least. I am drawing a illustration for Avo that takes place in a cemetery.
Yeah,
Yeah,
kind of.
kind of.
Me ignoring dishes in the sink for streams and Minecraft is apparently very ADHD. Yeah. Yes, that is very ADHD. I love you guys, but... No but. I love you guys and, as my therapist, who I hated, would say. I love you guys and you are very, very neurodiverse. The real reason is because this is a live stream where y'all usually help young writers, and oh god knows we are all stuck sitting down and writing. Stuck sitting down and writing. Listen, okay, all of you who are actually making comics, you're not at the live stream. You're dedicated and off in the corner.
You're just.
I feel like being an artist, like, definitely, like, increases your chance of being, like, some form of mentally ill.
Yeah, there's something there. There's something there.
I'm starting to wonder if I have ADHD. I think everyone is. There's so many good opinions. Severely triggered by the truth. Our problems would be solved if Bones just wrote me a comic. Yes. It doesn't help that as an adult, you have a lot more responsibilities and many times a schedule you must adhere to. Staying on task and finishing basic chores can be really difficult. The biggest takeaway I learned with ADHD is that exit due to lack of neurotransmitters in your brain is always looking for stimulus. Oh, wait. Edit. Okay. I learned is that due to a lack of neurotransmitters, your brain is always looking for stimulus. That's why ADHD people are prescribed stimulants, because they affect neurotransmitter function. What? I'm confused, but I'm going. Example 1. I need to empty the dishwasher. Puts away a stack of bowls and silverware. Notice the kids' tablets aren't plugged in. Plugs them in. Speaking of the kids, they're going to want a snack in a few. Grabs 2 plates from the dishwasher and starts prepping snack. Wait, I need to finish the dishes. The kids aren't asking for food yet, so that can wait. Puts away the cups. I need to use the bathroom. Places TP with the last roll from pack. Goes out to garage to grab new pack. Notices I forgot to put away a few tools from yesterday. Puts tools away. Why did I come out here? I know. There was a reason. Before I saw the tools. Shrug. It'll come back to me later. Goes inside. Sees half-made snack for kids. Finish making snack. Kids, snack is ready. Kids sit down. Chit-chat. Eat a snack. Puts dirty dishes in sinks. Oh yeah, I was need to finish the dishes. Finishes emptying dishwasher. Oh right, I need to go to the garage to grab a new pack of toilet paper. Grabs a new pack and puts in bathroom. What should have taken 10 minutes to both empty and fill the dishwasher has taken an hour, and the sink is still full of dirty dishes.
I see myself, but I don't like it.
And that's why you need to go to the doctor, because you need help. Oh
No,
my
that
god.
me.
Generally it's a twofold problem. The reason your brain seeks out extra stimulation is easily distractible is because of the lack of neurotransmitters in your synaptic pathways, specifically stuttering dopamine, and to a lesser extent neuroepinephrine.
Good.
Okay.
Okay.
Certain functions, including attention, are affected by a lack of binding neurotransmitters. Your brain may be seeking out stimulation in order to stimulate the release of more neurotransmitters, but is also easily distractible due to the impact of low neurotransmitter binding. This may be because you are either not producing enough dopamine or that your neurons are reuptaking it. This is not explained to me like I'm 5. I don't know what's happening here. We need to go forward into this. I'm in this photo and I don't like it. Yeah. I've always heard it best explained as a chronic inability to maintain intention over time. Oh, wow, that is a good explanation. Not attention, intention.
Yes.
Yeah. When explaining it to people, I tell them that I have no follow-through, which is the worst problem to have, because how do you fix that? Make a plan? Then what? It always gets a laugh when I say it. But the laugh belies the fact that I feel trapped inside my own life watching it as it just does things. So some good things and some bad things, and no real ability to do anything about it. You ever watch Star Trek? And sometimes the computer would have an issue and Picard would say, run a self-diagnostic. When I was a kid, I used to think, but what if the part of the computer that runs the diagnostic is the part that's broken? That's me. Oh, I'm the part of my brain that I need to solve the problem is the part of my brain that has the problem. If I was capable of enacting a plan to solve the problem, I wouldn't need a plan in the first place. It's like telling a paralyzed person that the solution to their problem is to walk more. Aw. Just had a Max Headroom flashback. Thanks. Sorry, Bones. Ugh, stuttering is so hard. I don't even have a bad stutter. It's hard.
Shut up, Charlie. Don't make fun of me and my bad choices.
This is gonna have to do perspective again in ink. Haha. It's gonna be easy though, because you're gonna have the groundwork down. You just gotta trace it. Yeah. How much extra penciling are you gonna have to do on top of like inking? Not much.
Not much. Because normally when I do like digital inks, I do a lot of my like actual penciling in the ink.
Yeah.
But this I'm really just gonna be tracing.
Yeah.
With fancy ink on fancy paper. It's not that fancy.
I'm just gonna read about ADHD.
Go for it.
That's where my brain is taking me.
I'm interested.
I work at a high school in a position that is more or less a combination of teacher and counselor roles. I have ADHD, 27. I have students that I work closely with on executive functioning and academic coaching. Diagnosed in first grade, medicated first to 8th, then from college to now. Pretty much researching my whole life on it. I'm involved in a lot of intensive intervention work with ADHD students. This is going to be long, but I promise it's worth your while. Sorry, I'm gonna go off on a tangent. But I hate when people have like the same disorder as you and they're functioning fine and they're like, well, you just got to do this, this, and this. And like some of the things are helpful, but like people just have different levels. Like not everyone's the same, even though you have the same mental illness. And like some people can get so mean. And Ursula's right, because she was saying that it's similar to people who've lost a lot of weight and who are like, it's easy, just do what I did. And you're like, we do not have the same, we're not the same person. I'm happy for you. But like, that might not work for me.
Totally.
Yeah.
Which do you enjoy more, drawing traditionally or digitally? I like digital. I just find, I find it's just easier to like make changes. It's less messy. There's less setup time for me, at least. And I feel like I can explore more.
Just do it. It's just really silly to me, like with people, like, because I have depression, like that's the one I definitely have, and like people with depression are like, oh, there's a whole range of depression, and I have pretty chronic and severe depression that's like gotten more severe along the way, and like people with like mild moderate depression are like, I just get out of bed every morning and it really helps. And I'm like, yeah, that does help on a lot of the really bad days. And like, I don't want to like diminish your struggle at all, because like when I'm having like a mild bout of depression, that still really sucks. But like when your depression is like so severe that like you're teetering on like needing to like go to the hospital for it, like doing the dishes and putting on clothes like is not helpful.
No.
Like it helps, like I agree. Like I don't have a lot of, because like I'm really like empathetic to people who struggle to like do basic tasks for themselves, because that's not necessarily where my depression like ends up being severe, right? Because like there's like different directions, you know, like there's different aspects to it. Like some people have huge amounts of memory lapse or huge amounts of like motivation loss or an inability to sleep. There's all sorts of, it's not like a single sliding scale from moderate to severe. There's like just different points and different categories you can get. And yeah, it's just, yeah, getting out of bed helps, but when I feel nauseous because of my blood pressure is low, yeah, it's really hard. Because I heard like responses to like some like "Am I the a-hole" post about like someone who couldn't take care of themselves because of depression, and they're just like, just get her to get out of bed every morning, and I'm like, that is a good, that is like on the list of things to do, but it really depends, because sometimes like forcing myself to do basic human tasks is just too much for me. Even like you have to set sometimes the bar needs to be set even lower, you know, because sometimes, yes, getting up and making yourself food every morning is an attainable goal. That's something that you're struggling to do, but it's like, it's something you can accomplish and makes you feel better. Other times that's way too much and you like need help. Yeah, to be honest, a college dropout is just an older teen anyway. From me, a complete failure? You're not a complete failure. Get the heck out of here.
Gosh.
I didn't even go to college.
Yeah.
I had something hit me so hard recently, my whole family could tell I was just broken about it. That's saying a lot. Yeah. Oh god, and the different levels of anxiety functioning.
Oh yeah.
People get so fed up But if like you think about any other like condition, and you know what, people don't like, people aren't nice to disabled people of any kind.
No.
We have this weird perception that people are good to like physical disabilities that are visible. But that being said, like some people like have higher levels of functioning, and by higher levels of functioning it usually just means like able to like kind of fit in with the world somehow, how it's set up, and other people can't.
Mm-hmm.
And like high functioning is always just used to diminish people's struggles and deny them like access to like help.
Yeah.
Because like if you're high functioning and you get help and then you're able to stay on par with people, they're like, well, you're cheating. But if you're low functioning, it's like it's what is it, the denial of agency. You have no control over your life.
Yeah.
Um Okay, back to the ADHD thing that I was gonna read.
Oh, right.
Yeah. My promised tangent is over. Positive factors that affect myself and adults with ADHD. Hyperfocus. People with ADHD can put an incredible amount of concentration and effort into things that interest them. When used correctly, it is an insanely powerful tool. I owe my job today to writing a rap song about metaphors and similes in my college teaching course due to hyperfocus on the task. It's adorable. Empathy. ADHD individuals tend to feel strong emotions and are more empathetic than others. People with ADHD can make very strong leaders in fields where genuine empathy is valued and an important skill. Creativity. ADHD people tend to be big picture and not detail oriented. Negative factors: rejection, sensitive dysphoria. I'm pretty sure like this isn't like a proven thing, but anyways, it is interesting. I'm putting this first because this one is one you don't hear about. It's perhaps one of the most important for you supporting your friend. Too long didn't read. ADHD people take criticism especially hard and often break down because of rejection. I haven't read into it in a while. I believe the figure was 90% of people with ADHD say it's a factor, and 30% say it's the most difficult part of having it. Simply knowing this was a part of it and putting a name to it changed my life, and it's made it so much easier to cope with. This is the flip side of the empathy piece. This is the piece that therapy helps with a lot. Oh my god. I feel like I have like so much rejection sensitive dysphoria or whatever, where it just like rejection gets me so hard, like because like I refuse to like ask for things, like the most simple things that I knew like could possibly get a no. It just felt so devastating that I wouldn't even ask, because I'd be like, okay, I need $5 to go on this field trip, but I'm not gonna ask because that's terrifying. Yeah, and I'm still like that. It's the big factor in my like anxieties, I think. Distraction in general. Oh my god, yeah. The flip side of hyperfocus: people with ADHD need stimulus that interests them, or it is much more difficult to maintain attention than the average person. Of course, there's a lot more to it, but perhaps the biggest aspect is procrastination. In the case of hyperfocus, to work on a thing a long time, leading to poor time management. Medication helps this aspect most. Most successful people with ADHD will have the intention and plan to regularly evaluate and take concrete steps to change these habits. Therapy or some kind of mentor can assist with this, while the medication can bolster the process and make it successful. What website is this? I need the link. I'm just reading Explain It Like I'm 5 Reddit post about ADHD. Success factors. Well, medication is absolutely the most effective treatment, looks at Ursula. I disagree with the sentiment that it's necessary for everyone to be successful. Still looks at Ursula. My dad went undiagnosed until I did.
Just let me self-medicate with coffee, which will set my anxiety off, and then I'll just...
Bones is a Redditor?
Right.
We already knew this.
We already knew.
Reddit gives so much helpful advice, right?
You can find just really helpful advice on really specific things.
Yeah, like your dad went undiagnosed, and there's some aspects where he did really great, and other aspects you can tell, like, help would have helped.
100%.
That's why I'm looking at you. Because you do so well, but you need help, I think.
Yeah.
Therapy. Yeah, therapy helps. Growth mindset. Support system. Thank you for reading my novel.
You're welcome. We are talking about ADHD and mental health.
Actually, we're not talking about anything because the stream is over.
Oh my god.
We went 5 minutes past.
I'm sorry,
And we have a 24-hour stream to do. So no matter what time you awake, we will be there for you starting at 9:30 a.m. Saturday this weekend. Be there or be a pair. Apple gang, rise up. But not like the computer, like the Apple Crispies.
Delicious apple crisps.
Apple
rise
Crispies,
up.
rise up.
Goodbye. I will see you on Saturday. Be there. Goodbye.
Don't be a pair.